Tonight at Target 12, investigators exclusive, driving to Endanger. Local family left mourning the loss of a loved one because they say a crack in the law left the dangerous driver get back behind the wheel.
You can't blame him for being on the road. Every time he got caught, yeah, $300. You lose your license for 30 days. But right back on the road again.
We've discovered that drivers with suspended licenses account for thousands of traffic violations in Rhode Island every year.
Now, in the wake of a local tragedy, lawmakers are calling for a change that would crack down on repeat offenders. Eyewitness News reporter Catherine Sotnick joins us with this exclusive Target 12 investigation.
Well, she was a mother of 6, a wife, and a best friend. But for Catherine O'Toole, her life was cut short by an alleged drunk driver with a long history of driving offenses, a history that many say should have kept him from getting behind the wheel in the first place.
It was too devastating for me to even think about.
For 14-year-old Peter O'Toole and his 5 siblings, life will never be the same. Their mom, 48-year-old Catherine O'Toole, taken away from them in a blink of an eye.
My mom was like my best friend, and now that she's not here, it's like I have no one to talk to, basically.
O'Toole was driving home on Route 12 in Scituate last April when police say a Dodge pickup driven by 37-year-old David Hazard crossed the center line and plowed head-on into O'Toole's Chrysler Sebring. Hazard is accused of driving drunk at the time, and we've learned that's just the latest in a long list of driving offenses.
If this guy was off the road after the second or third DUI, this would have never happened.
Family friend Keith Mitchell is angry the O'Toole family has to suffer. He says the state's laws let them down. Target 12 dug into Hazard's driving record. Since 2003, he's been charged with 2 DUIs, 6 counts of driving on a suspended license, 2 chemical test refusals, and 3 speeding violations.
It bothers me that I looked at all the reports, all the papers, how many traffic violations he had.
Obviously, the law is not working.
State Representative Michael Marcello is working to keep drivers with a history of dangerous violations off the road. He's introduced a law that would track major driving offenses over a period of 10 years instead of the current 5. Add offenses like refusing a chemical test to the list of driving violations that are tracked, and bring stricter punishment for repeat offenders.
If they get caught again, they're facing a felony charge of up to 5 years in prison.
It's a stance that law enforcement officials support as well.
We deal with too many people with numerous offenses for driving on a suspended license on a yearly basis.
Scituate Police Major Stephen Lang tells Target 12 he's seen drivers with as many as 18 offenses of driving on a suspended license.
It's quite obvious. They don't care. You know, your 17th, 18th time, they don't care. People like that, I feel they should have faced some kind of felony.
The law would also keep repeat offenders like Hazard from getting their licenses back so easily. Despite his long record, Hazard had a valid license at the time of the crash that killed Catherine O'Toole.
They're letting these people back on the road. I don't get it. I really don't.
And Representative Marcello introduced that new law last week. It now heads to a House committee. As for David Hazard, he is currently awaiting trial for the crash that killed Catherine O'Toole. For the Target 12 investigators, I'm Catherine Sotnick, Eyewitness News.
Our story continues online at WPRI.com. That's where you can listen to extended interviews with Catherine O'Toole's family and her friends. We've also posted links to the current laws in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts so you can read them for yourself.